while Daryl fixes his microphone.
And Warren drinks his Frappa Chapa Wappa
Frappa Chapa Wappuccino, baby. One of the things, Daryl, that always bugged me about 40K was Dreadnoughts. I loved feeling them, but Dreadnoughts became a one-trick pony.
No. I like them. They did two tricks.
Well, they're one trick, and the trick that even I used them for was, oh, there's a nasty-looking unit over there. I'll lock them up in combat with a Dreadnought, and they'll stay stuck there to the end of the game.
That's why my previous Space Wolf army all of a sudden got 3 Dreadnoughts. As soon as everybody started turning up with Death Cult Assassins, it was, these things are really stabby and painful, but they can't touch a Dreadnought.
So you would go over, you'd roll your Dreadnought into them or hope that they were silly enough to assault your Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And that's it. They end up locked in combat. That happened. We'd played Necrons a few times. And I'd seen full squads of Necrons just tied up for an entire game in around a Dreadnought. But it was an expensive kind of a roadblock, really.
It's only a little over 100 points. And I did manage at the last tournament I played at to kill the Dark Eldar guy, Azrael Vec, their most expensive commander, by sweeping and advance him by a Dreadnought.
See, here's the difficulty I have about it. And I think Workshop have solved this. We've been having a bit of a debate about this. The whole introduction of hull points, right? We did a video, I think it was during the first review where we were doing the video, we were talking about the move to hull points. And I said, but that's great. That means that my vehicles will be able to actually have a chance at doing what they were supposed to do in the first place. Because like, how many times have I failed at a Predator or a Vindicator or a Whirlwind only to have it weapon destroyed in the first turn or immobilized or something stupid in the first turn and it was taken out completely out of the game.
There's less chance of getting your vehicles immobilized now and things like that. And weapon destroyed isn't necessarily going to take the weapon that the other person wants.
What I didn't realize during our first review though was it's actually made vehicles softer in many respects. So whereas I was sitting thinking, having these visions of, oh great, now to do me any damage he has to penetrate, whereas the glancing won't start taking my weapons and stuff away. What hadn't occurred to me at the time was, actually, all those glances add up.
Yes. They have replaced their adamantium with bread.
So, here's what's happened. So, vehicles have become a lot more killable, but before they die, you still have a reasonable chance of getting that vehicle to do what it was destined to do in the first place.
Yes, unless it's a Dreadnought.
So I'm in full agreement with this, right? I am in complete agreement with this. I love this rule, and here is why. And then we're going to demonstrate it to you guys.
And we're going to demonstrate why Dreadnoughts have now should stay in storage.
You just don't feel the Dreadnought again. But here's my take on this. Firstly, I think everything should die in 40K.
Everything did die previously, just Dreadnoughts died very, very slowly.
Yeah, but
and venerable ones.
I want to see things go pop a lot quicker.
Yes.
Okay?
Generally, that happens to your army in turn 2.
But that's definitely going to happen now, and it's definitely going to happen to the big vehicles. Even the likes of Land Raiders and stuff like that.
They are probably the only vehicle that got an advantage out of this because it was hard. Your best chance to get rid of a Land Raider was to hit it maybe once with a lascan and hope they roll high. Now, it's got the hull points that'll save it.
Yeah. So Land Raiders are likely to last.
Slightly longer. You're likely to see more Land Raiders than what you did previously.
Yeah. I also like the fact that the game is just a tiny bit less complex in that area. Because there's no more glances now having to roll on a glance chart and then also having to roll on a penetration chart.
Yeah.
Glances just add up and then pop, the thing goes. I like it. I think in general stuff's going to go pop a lot quicker. The question is whether you think that they've got too soft. Okay? And this is where we're going to do a demonstration here. And I'm going to roll these dice.
Right, I'll explain what we're doing. Here we have our 10-man tactical marine squad that previously a tactic of mine would have been get a Dreadnought, run it in there. They would never have assaulted a Dreadnought because they needed 6s to stick grenades on. They were always in front armor even if it was immobilized. So they needed 6s to stick a grenade on, 6s to glance it, and then you had to roll in that chart. And the only results that were really any use to try and get rid of the Dreadnought was to roll another 5 or 6. So your odds was really slim.
6 to 6, 5 and a 6.
Yeah, 6 to 6 and then a 5 or a 6. So a 1 and 6, a 1 and 6, and then a 1 and 3. You had to be successful. Now, I would happily assault this poor injured guy inside this with my Marines, or with your Burberry Czech Marines.
My Sons of Eon.
Yeah.
Unpainted ones, unfinished, by the way. Daryl's just took it upon himself to base my army.
We're still waiting for Warren to finish a model.
So,
right.
I have...
everybody here has a crack grenade. Hang on. You're getting overexcited, rolling your dice. Everybody here has a crack grenade. We've got one guy with a power fist. You'll be able to tell with the dice. Previously, these guys needed a 6 to hit the Dreadnought. Now they hit it on weapon skill, which is a 4, so you can roll your dice now.
So, I have yellow dice and a green dice. This is my power fist dice. So on the yellow ones, I need 6s.
Nope.
4s on that, and 4s on the green one as well.
Oh, green one will generally be your sergeant.
Ooh. Come on, baby.
You've did reasonably well then.
I think I beat the odds here. So
8 times.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
Right. So now on the yellow ones we need 6s. And on the green one, we need a 4.
So minimum. 6s and 4s this time. Come on, baby.
The Dreadnought is now dead.
Ooh.
You don't, that green dice, you still will have to roll your green dice. The green dice was the power fist. It got an armor penetration roll. So, well, it got an armor penetration. So you lost 2 hull points off the crack grenades from the yellow dice.
From the glances, yeah.
So it's down 2, and the green one has penetrated. You've automatically lost another hull point. It's dead. Yeah. The only thing you have to do with the green dice now is try not to make it explode.
So I don't want to roll a 6.
Yeah. 4, and I think it's +1 for a power fist, so you would be all right. You'd have got 5. You don't want it to explode on you. Now vehicles only explode, or they only ever explode on a 6. But you, in 1 round of combat, killed that vehicle.
That was exactly the demonstration I didn't want to make.
Yes, because he argued with me that they're better, right? Say your vehicle survived and you didn't get these and you only managed to immobilize it.
Yes.
Right? So you've immobilized this. Previously, it would have been no advantage to you, virtually, for immobilizing it. It would have lost the attack, but still been as hard as what it is. Now, all your guys can hit it in the rear.
Really? So they're no longer restricted to hitting it on front armor?
As soon as it's immobilized, you can hit it in the rear.
And what's its rear armor? 10.
10.
Which reduces everything to...
You can do all them attacks again. Well, hang on a second. Say the Dreadnought got 1 back. The
odds are the Dreadnought would have killed a guy.
So now you're hitting it on the rear. 4s again.
Okay. 4 hits this time, and my
power fist
guy failed. So 4 hits. And what do I roll this time?
4s to glance it.
4s to glance it.
And you've glanced it again twice, so it would have lost another 2 hull points.
And it would have died.
So they're made out of bread now.
Okay.
You could dip this in your gravy if you want something nice to eat.
Well, the thing is, I think on average, although I killed it there with 1 round of combat, I think on average a Dreadnought will last 2 rounds of combat.
On average 2. Previously, I have did similar things to this and stayed in combat for 7 turns of a game.
Yeah, well, when you put it like that, it is a lot softer.
Yes, a lot softer.
But that's good. I don't want to see units locked up in combat for 7 turns, Darryl. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about that.
Yes, it is fun.
I want them to go through, chew through it, and then get out. Because here's the other thing. 10-man Space Marine squad, 10-man Tactical Marine squad, I don't think you could consider that a soft unit.
Well, in game terms, in fluff terms, it's not a soft unit. 10 Space Marines would be an entire army.
Yeah, I don't think you can consider that a soft unit. I think a 10-man tactical squad taking down a Dreadnought in, I would say, 2 turns would be what will most likely happen all the time. I think that's fair enough. Even
if you hadn't had your power fist there, probably 2.5 turns would have got rid of that vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, hull points are good. They're easy to predict when the vehicle will die. I think they're better for the attacking guy than they are for the defending guy.
Yes. But it works both ways.
Well, both players will know roughly when when a Dreadnought especially is going to die.
Because it might be sore for your army, but it's equally sore for your opponent's army.
Yes.
And I think on the whole, anything that makes things go pop quicker and allows units to get out of combat and into the game is a good thing. Now, over to you. Are we finished?
Yes.
Over to you. tell us what you think. This is one of the key changes for me that I really like. It's in terms of the actual dynamics of the rules. Where do you see this being used? Is there's you can't go cheese hunting in the main rulebook because everybody's got access to it. Cheese is always really found in the codices and how the codices reacts with the rulebook. But where do you see this moment taking effect? Is there any real any vehicles or any kind of scenarios out there previously that are now completely changed, just like this one, where a Dreadnought is no longer the roadblock that it once was? If you have moments like that, get them down below because we want to discuss them with you, see what all you guys think. And other than that, stay tuned as we delve deeper and deeper into 40K 6th edition.